Is it okay to drink coffee while healing your gut? I drink coffee while healing my gut, and healing your gut is more of a psychological issue. Our brain has put our gut into overdrive due to a conflict. Limiting somebody's coffee intake can make them quite miserable and make it harder for them to find their conflict, deal with their conflict, and deal with the conflict reminder. A lot of us, our brain is powered off coffee or greatly aided by coffee, and that is an okay thing. In the holistic community, oftentimes they are blaming coffee for gut issues, but this is just purely not a logical statement whatsoever, because most of the population drinks coffee like 3-4 times a day, and they don't have gut issues, and they've been doing it for decades. And you're probably in the same boat. You've been having caffeine for decades, and then all of a sudden you got gut issues. Your coffee intake did not change. It was something else. You suffered a conflict shock, and it was the theme of something important to my survival that I cannot absorb. Is it money, praise, a job promotion? What is some sustenance? What do the intestines do? They absorb and they digest things important to our survival. Now, this process is controlled by the brainstem, the most primitive part of the brain. And when you look at super primitive life forms that compose mainly, their brain is just mainly a brainstem, like think about how a cell behaves. Think about how like these one-celled organisms behave. All they do is they absorb something into their membrane, and then they analyze it, and then they either digest it and make it a part of themselves, and then they turn it into waste, and then they eject it, or they absorb it and they recognize like, oh, we don't want this at all, and they eject it. This is how our brainstem is seeing the world. Oh, I need this thing. Oh, coffee. Oh, is that it? But it can also be in relation to like non-tangible things like, oh, I need praise. Oh, I need respect. Think about like if you're a gangster. I ain't getting no respect. No, I can't run my city if I'm not getting respect. What is sustenance important to your survival that makes you emotional, makes you fearful, makes you angry when your access to that thing is threatened? That's what we're looking for. So for me, I was intolerant to lattes. Now I could drink coffee no problem. I can put milk in there no problem. But if I had a latte, which is just coffee and milk, I would get diarrhea. Why was this? And I was not blaming food. This happened because during one of my breakups in the past, the ex-girlfriend, she was drinking a latte with the guy she was kind of like seeing behind my back. This guy posted a picture of them two drinking these huge lattes. So now every time, I didn't even think this consciously. Like when I went to go drink a latte, I was like, ooh, latte, yum, yum, yum. Not on a conscious level whatsoever was I thinking, oh, I hate that my ex-girlfriend. Not at all. Was not thinking about it. Never ever thought about her anymore. It was a subconscious connection that my body says, oh, when we see lattes, I'm not going to be able to absorb a girl this girl I want to crap out of my life. I want to eject her from my life. That's what diarrhea does, is it ejects things from your life. At least that's how your brainstem sees it. And so every time it saw a latte, it was like, oh my God, lattes are the worst. Eject lattes from your life. And you get diarrhea. But once I made that conscious connection, I can now have as many lattes as I want and not have digestive issues. So guys, it is okay to drink coffee. It's not a superfood or anything like that. It's just to help you function throughout the day. That's okay. If you're really looking to get better, what you need to do is go down in the description and click on the link down there. This link will tell you about my 13-day protocol. This is the protocol I use to turn off my gut issues in my brain.